this volume good? Should be. I tested it. I like went out of my way to test the audio and everything. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Thank you for joining me tonight. Thank you for joining ASM Margot. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope everyone had a nice day. I hope everyone had a relaxing day. And if you didn't have a relaxing day, I hope if you had a really stressful day that just made you want to tear your hair out and jump off the top of a building, well, now I'm here. Now you can listen to me mumble into the microphone while I play one of my favorite video games. So you know, it's your lucky day. It worked out. Hello Panis. Hello Shinson. Hello Bab. Hello Fake Raid. Hello Butter. Hello Snacko. Hello Kamikage. Hello Snowy Tails. Well, hello, welcome in, welcome in. Yeah. It's we're back with Earthbound. One of my favorite games. I'm really excited to keep playing this. I had a lot of fun last time. I had a really good time playing through it. We didn't get very far. We only got through the opening. Oh man, you reminded me. I should turn my. I gotta turn my alerts off. Oh no. Do you want a yucky emo? Yucky emo, yucky emo. I'm a fool. I always forget. I'm a professional, you see. I've been streaming for 2 years now, and I know how to do my job very well. And I have so many things open on my computer. Valentine's funny. My cat is funny. 2 years of things open. I do have 2 years of things open. I've been streaming for 2 years and I forget to mute my alerts, and I also don't close the 8 million applications I have on my computer because I'm a fool and a clown. Do you like the overlay? Yeah, I made it in like 3 seconds. I was just thinking about it. I was thinking about how I was like, I feel like there's like an opportunity to like do something cute here, and then I made it in 3 seconds. I would like to make it more personalized in the future, but I think this is like pretty decent for making it in 3 seconds. I'm sure I can make it look prettier. Hello Al, welcome in, welcome in. What was I saying? I don't think I was saying anything important. I think I was just talking about how much I like this game. Earthbound. Earthbound, for those who don't know, it's a video game. Came out on the Super Nintendo. I don't know when. Let's Google it. Earthbound, also known as Mother 2, came out in America in 1985. It's a good ass video game. Gotta say, probably my favorite video game of all time. I didn't consider, I mentioned this last time, I didn't consider Earthbound my favorite video game for a really long time, but I recently did the top 100 games list challenge / meme / chart, and I was like, you know what? I don't think there's anything I like more than Earthbound. Don't think there's anything else that makes me feel the way that Earthbound does more than Okami. When people ask me my favorite game, I would always default to either Killer 7 or Okami, and I mean, yeah, like I like those games a lot. I think as more time passes, it's not that I like Okami less. The more games I play, especially ever since I started streaming, I've been playing like insane games that I've never heard of before in my life. Definitely made me realize what I value in a game. And when I was a kid, Okami was like, I grew up with Zelda and stuff. I watched my sister play Ocarina of Time and Twilight Princess. Eventually I became someone able to hold a controller. I guess that's not the best way to put it. I became less scared of playing games and was able to play those games myself. But I was always really fascinated by Okami because it was it was a game that, even as a kid, I could tell it was a game that prioritized its like aesthetic and its storytelling as opposed to you know, it really wanted to make you feel like you were on like a really long, arduous, like great epic journey, and I really loved that feeling as a kid. And like speaking of like, things that I look for in games, like I think it's also why I like Earthbound, you know? It really jerks you all over the place. I feel like every chapter of Earthbound feels so different from the last. But, not that much because it's like by the, Shigesato Itoi is like a genius, but I really treasure that feeling, I guess that's why I've always been into JRPGs. For me, Earthbound is so special that it's even hard to call it my favorite game because that implies it's even competing with them on the same level. I understand. I understand that feeling. Yeah, I definitely I had that feeling comparing games on my favorite games list. It's like I wouldn't, even if D2 is ranked higher in my list than Katamari Damacy, it's like I like those games both pretty much the same amount, Like I love D2, but I don't think I like it more than Katamari. But like D2 is just such like a different experience than Katamari, And I guess I value the storytelling experience in it more, so I ranked it higher just for that. But Earthbound is so far ahead of its time in terms of understanding the principles and limits of games as artistic expression that games still mostly haven't caught up. Honestly, yeah. And I talk about this constantly. I feel like I bring this up constantly when I'm talking about why I'm so frustrated with games in the modern age. So hi, Charlie Tough. Good evening. I complain a lot about, it's very easy to complain about AAA games, right? It's very easy to be like, oh man, AAA games, no thank you. Freaking soulless corporate slop cobbled together by suits, and like to an extent, I feel that way. I'm not gonna pretend like I don't, because I'm a retro gamer. But it's when you say that sort of thing, people automatically sort of default to arguing like, well, like indie games exist, Like if your issue with modern video games is that they're made to appeal to as wide of an audience as possible, then just play indie games. And like they're right, okay? There's like a lot of like really amazing, fantastic indie games that are still being made out there. You gotta like look for them, you gotta like understand the landscape of indie gaming to find the games you actually want to play, because there's also a lot of slop out there. But I think it really boils down to, I feel this way about all art at this point, honestly. Even like illustrations or comics, or I feel like fans keep making things, keep making art because they are fans of other things. Does that make sense? I talk about this like 24/7, but it's like Earthbound was written by a guy who was like a copywriter. He made billboards for a living. The game he made after this one was a weird, like, it was a freaking, like, N64 fishing game called Shigesato Itoi no uh, like, I forget what it's called. She has a toy, like, Sanka Ichiban, I don't remember. But, which is like a weird, like, you like go to like a resort and there's like a bunch of animals. You know, you're in like this weird 3D environment. You know, it's like, it's just, it's so important. Um, you know. Oh yeah, I brought that up last time. How there's so many jokes in the game making fun of billboard writers. um, but I don't know. I feel like if you want to make good art, you need you need to, you know, have life experiences. You need to live your life. You know, you need to figure out what's like really important to you. You know, you gotta think about like you kind of gotta get like philosophical with it. Honestly, I feel like to make a meaningful piece of art, you know, not to sound like pretentious, but it's like there's nothing wrong with making a game because you like Castlevania 1 so much and you wanted to make a game where you are a vampire and you platform and you hit things with your sword and you like pick things up out of chests. Like that's fine, you know. I guess that's fine. I guess that does it a lot. That does it for a lot of people, but it doesn't do anything for me, you know. I don't know. I've always sort of had a resistance to games like that. I've always been into like narrative like atmospheric games. So I'm the weirdo that's like, oh, I love it in Wind Waker that you have to sail your boat for 10,000 years. Like it's like in real life, and everyone else hated it. You know, it's good when a work of art is different because it clearly reflects the uniqueness of the person or the people making it, right? And that's like, I don't know. It's like hard to find. You know, I think that's sort of a journey everyone has to take, you know, on their own. Like, what is it about me that makes me me? And I think you need to like embrace that. I think you need to find that part inside of you, and you need to like sprint towards it at full speed. You know, you got to embrace it, and that's how you make good art. That's how I feel about it, anyways. I don't know. What do I know? I haven't made anything. I haven't made anything worth reading yet. One day I'd like to, but I think that's the secret, in my opinion. Okay, I'm gonna take a sip of water. I remember reading an opinion about, as an example, many things were inspired by Star Wars, but none of them aimed to be the original like Star Wars when it came out, and made me think about the process of creating stuff. Yeah, I mean, I agree completely. That's like kind of how I feel about art, you know? It's why I'm so frustrated with, like, I don't know, it's just why I'm so frustrated with, like, a lot of uh, new things that come out, because they're just derivative of other things, or they're thinking about how much they liked another thing. I say this, but recently I've been seeing people posting. I've seen a couple of my friends post like, oh, like, you know, I'm sure Bomb Rush Cyberpunk is good and everything, but it's kind of disappointing that they just made, you know, they just made a game that was like directly ripping up another game. You know, like why not just make something original? And I know I feel like I'm like contradicting myself here, but I don't know. Sometimes the way I feel about that sort of thing, it's like a group of people like that I love that team. I love that team's games. I was a really big fan of Lethal League. I played the hell out of Lethal League 2 or like Lethal League Plays or whatever it's called. One moment. I feel like there's like with teams like that, it's like someone made a piece of art that like meant so much to you, and in their case it was Jet Set Radio, right? And then Sega proceeded to never make a video game like Jet Set Radio ever again, and they wanted to play Jet Set Radio so badly that they like spent like 8 years of their life making like the best, most faithful, most like dedicated Jet Set Radio sequel they could like muster, you know? So like I wonder why like that doesn't bother me, you know? Like it really doesn't bother me like when I see stuff like that, because it's very clearly like them expressing their frustration, you know, that that like Sega isn't gonna make their favorite game anymore. Because like but like for example, I guess it's just like an example of like scarcity. I guess I feel that way about like there's like 8 million like Metroidvania clones, right? You could close your eyes and click on a random game on the indie Steam page store, and you'll probably land on like a pixel art like Metroidvania like roguelike. You know. So I guess when I see something like Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, I'm like, wow, you guys really went in on this, huh? Like they didn't half-ass it. They really meant it when they said, we want another Jet Set Radio game. You can't always tell by looking what's going to end up feeling special and what isn't. I guess so, yeah. I guess that's the bottom line, isn't it? But I'm still going to complain about it. What I love about Team Reptile is that if anyone's going to make another Jet Set Radio, it's going to be another young group of artists like the younger Sega devs that made Jet Set Radio. Very inspired or not, just feel like the right team of passionate people to do it. Yeah, like, they freaking cared, you know? But I feel like that's like, it's such a cop-out answer. Like, oh, well, they like did it good, so it's like fine. It's fine that they're just making a fan game. I guess that's what it is. I guess it's just a matter of personal taste, huh? I know you're playing Witcher 1 with your sister, but I think you'd like the later games too. Witcher 3 is especially atmospheric. They make you ride on your horse through pretty environments. I'm very interested in playing the rest of the Witcher games. I'm having a lot of fun with Witcher 1 because it's just like it's like a type of game I've never played before, and it's like you know, I'm a Japanese gamer. I like Japanese games because I'm a weeaboo. And like, let's face it, like you're gonna find more like nonsense in like the Japanese PS1 game catalog than like, you know, most Western game catalogs. But I'm really just like the way that the game devs want you to like feel immersed in the world, you know, like the way the dialogue system works, and you know, like at its core, it's like very basic JRPG. It's just like packaged differently. I'm having a lot of fun playing it, and everyone seems to worship The Witcher 3. I don't know if I'll like be crazy about it, but I definitely like to play it. Disco Elysium. Most people don't like that genre of game, but because it's so well made, compelling people play it when they normally wouldn't. Interesting. When you say people don't like that genre of game, I guess you're referring to like visual novel format or like adventure game format. Disco Elysium is interesting. I didn't get very far in it because I was like very overwhelmed by all the systems and like things I could interact with, and like how dense each dialogue option was. Like, I know that's like why people like it, but like the fact that like every single like I don't know, like every single conversation was like reading a novel. I was like, oh my god, this is really good, but I still don't. I like need to like pay attention. I definitely have the issue where like if a piece of art is like too good, I like really want to like I really want to analyze it. You know, I really want to analyze it. I really want to think about it, and because I'm like kind of an idiot that takes like a lot of brain power, you know. It's why I put off like watching movies I really want to watch or like anime series I know I'd really love for like a million years, because it's like I gotta think about it, you know. I gotta like it's like a workout, you know. But yeah, I should play it. I should play it. Vampire Masquerade. I have heard of that game, but I've never actually seen anyone play it or know anything about it. But I know that's one of those games that people get like obsessed with and like sink like 10,000 hours into it. Man, I'm tired. I tried staying up all day to fix my sleep schedule and ended up passing out for a little bit before stream. I'm so sleepy. I'm like the sleepiest woman in the world. My life is like so hard. Not sure if there's any actual masquerades though. I don't know anything about that game. I can't even make a joke. I can't even make a joke about it. I thought it was like a straight up like role playing game. You like walk around and like pretend to be a vampire and stuff. Okay. Let's play Earthbound. I've been rambling about why Earthbound is good. What if we play it, huh? What if we play it? Okay, where was I? This is incorrect. This is incorrect. I must have created a suspend point and then... I was playing this in April? I guess I was. Okay, this is correct. Hi, Brent. Okay. I guess I must have been too sleepy to like save the game properly. That's my theory. Oh, this game's so good, dude. So last time we were playing this, we didn't get very far. We didn't even finish the main plot of the sharks. Classic Margot behavior. Earthbound is the best game ever. I don't remember what we did. I think... Actually, hold on. I'm gonna tinker with something. Classic Margot tinkering moment. I wonder if this is better. I can't tell. It works for now. Vintage Margot. I'm already vintage. Hey, there's a guy. Let's kill him. Let's beat his head in. Okay. I don't think I'm very powerful. I don't think I even... Yeah, I don't even know PK. What did I name my PK? I genuinely don't remember what I named my PK. I have an idea of what I named my PK ability in this game, but I don't know if I actually did or not. I have to say, I've been enjoying oh, I'm getting my ass beat. Oh, I don't have any hamburgers. Oh, it's so over. It's so over. Auto. I guess I should grind a little bit more before trying to fight any of the skate punks. The thing about the skate punks is that sometimes you can get really unlucky RNG with them because the gimmick of them is that they summon their buddies to beat your ass. I do remember last time I streamed this, I literally died on the first encounter, and I was like, wow, okay, I guess God hates me. I guess God wants to torture me. You're telling me. You're telling me. You skate. And you're a punk? That's way too cool. Yeah, well, I was like making this layout and there's all this empty space in the corner, and I was like, these are the only transparent PNGs I have on me. I am the strongest, okay? I am like so brave. I'm like punching a dog to death. Doggy. I'll go doggy. What? Why'd you turn it on and off? You messing with me? Figs as in figures, not as in the fruit. I interpret it as much. Thank you for the clarification, though. I appreciate it. There's nothing to do up here. Well, first we should grind a little bit. I should try and level up once. First, we need to get hamburgers. I need to level up so I can get my punchy good, and then I need to get hamburgers because cookies ain't gonna cut it. A little Earthbound pro tip: cookies are a fake food item that does not benefit you in any way. It's nonsense. Hello, welcome in. Calavera said you gotta only put on one dog here. I ain't doing that. It ain't happening. Alright? Here we go. A bunch of friends mentioned that they've like never seen this before, and that like shocked me. I'm doing this because I trust you. First, let's go to the basement. Ah, I can tell by the look on your face. You don't want to hang out, do you? That's alright. After all, we are not even related. I know you think I'm a big liar, but maybe I'll surprise you. Every line of dialogue in this game is like so good. It's genius. How did they do it? I know I just went on like a 30-minute long rant about how this game is really good because a guy who doesn't play video games made it. So Margot, bunny, I found a proof of great treasure. A huge hello. Yeah, haha. I'll show you, but you're the only one. Come on. Love it when men say that to me in a dark, dingy cave. If this is a sign of what lies below, I just need a little time. My destiny is to find and dig up the buried treasure. I'll eat garlic and work out to help strengthen myself. Go home now. You're getting in the way of my work. You may start to get greedy thoughts. Can I look at the statue? Yeah, play some music. Does this? Do you encounter... So, sorry, I'm gonna be spoiling Earthbound. You encounter multiple of those statues throughout the game. And the sort of gimmick of the statues that, you know, it sort of has like a hypnotizing effect that, like, you know, drives you crazy and makes you do horrible things. And there's only one? I thought there were multiple. Because there's that one. Is it all the same statue? Is it implying that it's the same statue that's being like pawned off around in different areas? Because you encounter the one in Moonside, and then there's the one... Isn't there one in Happy Happy Village? And that's why that guy was running the cult? I never thought about it that way. I thought you found one in the desert too. Monotone mentioned stealing it from a carpenter. Oh, so it's the same one? Oh my gosh, that's crazy. I just assumed that there were like multiple and they just like, you know, like aliens made them to like drive us crazy and make us kill each other. Earthbound is awesome. I would do anything for it. I would kiss Earthbound on the mouth with the tongue. Are you eating enough garlic? I think so. I bought garlic today at the store. One of my favorite meals is you just pan fry some garbanzo beans with minced up garlic and rosemary and paprika and cayenne, and you are like, wow, I'm so healthy. I'm eating fucking beans. It's delicious. Anytime you eat a vegetable, like your ego goes up one point. I heard there's a Bigfoot print on the hilltop behind this shack. I haven't seen it myself. It's just a rumor. Okay, buddy. Keep talking. yeah. My friend taught me that recipe. Cause it's just really hard. Cooking is such a pain in the ass. I like to cook, and I'm a good cook, and I'm proud of my cooking, but it's such a pain in the ass. There's so many steps. You say this, but I've been trying to get my snake cult to take off for years. I would be so good at running a cult. I would be so good at it. I would make the first good cult. I'm really nice, and and I have the soul of the Buddha, and I'm really patient, and you know, I'm a really frugal person, and I'm really humble, and people like me. I would be so good at running a cult. I would be so good at running a cult. And being possessed by the spirit of the game designer. Mark, did you see the window showing HP, and PP at the bottom of the screen? When you go to a store that has equipable items, this window will either flash, look normal, or become black. If you're allowed to equip an item and it's stronger than your current item, the window will flash. If the item's power is equal to or less than your current equipped item, the window looks normal. You can't. This guy's talking too much. Mark, I thought you'd like to know. Now it's time to become a regular dog again. I'm Buddha. That's me. Oh yeah. I need money from my dad. Father, I've murdered. Give me money. Thank you. He gave me $95. I'll save. Last time I didn't save. This is one of those games that, if you hit end, every child who played this game on an emulator, when you hit end, it doesn't kick you back to the title screen, you know, or send you back to the save menu. It just freezes your game, and you can't move, and it forces you to turn the console on. You could have typed Fang Guy, and no one would have batted an eye. No one would have given a freak. They would have been like, yeah, Fang Guy, my favorite guy. I'd call Mom. And you called me back sooner than I thought. Everyone here is doing just fine. Oh yes, Tracy started working part-time. Oh yeah, this is how you activate the... This is how you activate the cargo pickup. Okay, this is another thing about this game that I really treasure. I kind of skipped past it. I don't think Super Nintendo has a back, or it doesn't. I've never used the rewind feature before. Wow, this is crazy. Feature is now. Okay, this is another thing that I love about this game. And it's so like it's such a little thing. It's one of those things, when you're learning about like game design or like writing, and they're like, oh well, if you wanna, if you're writing a scene in a movie or a comic, then you want to spend some time making establishing shots. Like, oh, if you want to make people feel, like depending on like how high the characters are, how big the characters are on screen. It dictates how the reader's supposed to feel about the character in that moment. You know, you read that stuff in a book, and you're like, that's really obvious. But even if it's obvious, it's like the most important thing in the world. And if you don't do it, then your story is going to suck shit, and no one wants to read it or watch it. And I feel like Earthbound does this amazingly with not the exact example I gave, but the how you learn about Ness, how you you know like Ness is such a like self-insert character, and like all the characters have like completely blank expressions, they never talk, and everyone's just sort of like talking down to you because you're a kid. But I feel like the interactions with your like parents and your siblings are the most like illuminating, about like what kind of kid Ness is, like just this line, it's so brief, like, and call me when you have some time. Oh, you don't have any free time? Here's Tracy. Like, it, I don't know, it really, I feel like just that single line of dialogue really, I don't know, it immediately puts an idea in your head of like who Ness is, without being rocks on head, you know. Like when he said that, did he say it in sort of a whiny tone, like, Mom, like I'm busy, I'm saving the world, or like, is he like a petulant child? Is he just making excuses so he doesn't have to call his mom? And despite that line, being in the game, despite that line being in the game, it really, there's a mechanic in this game that is introduced to you in the second tone that if you don't call your mom, over a long period of time, then you get a status effect called homesickness, and it makes you skip turns in battle because you miss your mom so much. So immediately there's like this sort of contrast. In the beginning there's a couple of lines too. There's immediately this sort of contrast where it's like, yeah, it's like your mom is smothering you, your mom is taking care of you, your mom is your mom is like doing everything for you, and you're feeling smothered. You want to go on your great adventure. You're the protagonist of an RPG. You know what you're doing. You're saving the world. At the end of the day, like, Ness is a kid and he loves his mom. And even though he's going on an adventure with his friends, he can feel lonely sometimes. It's so genius. And from that moment on, every single time you see a telephone, you feel compelled to call your mom. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. Oh, this game is so good. Anyways, thank you for listening to my rant about the homesickness function in Earthbound and what it says about Ness's character and adolescence. Yeah, I don't think anything in this game was an accident. I think probably, I don't know, sometimes like I make art and someone like points something out and they're like, wow, it's really smart that you did this thing, and I'm like, I don't know, it's obvious to put that in the story, So I'm sure there's little things like that. I'm sure like the homesickness mechanic was very like carefully thought out, but I think a lot of like the lines of dialogue in this are probably just conversations Itoi has had in real life. but have stayed in his memory. That's how I write dialogue anyways. Sorry, I did not mute my microphone to drink water. That's fine. You get the Margot. Drink water. ASMR. You'll feel better and more energetic if you eat better foods, like hamburgers. You'll recover if you eat more expensive food. I guess that's how it is. Vegetables cost so much fucking money now. Seems like I'm always here. I hope you don't mind. Okay. See all these cookies in my inventory? Who gives a fuck? Cookies give you like 5 HP back. Okay, cookies are worthless. Cookies are a worthless food item. No good. I guess I should eat some. I was going to sell them, but I don't think my HP is maxed out. Meow, 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 meow. When this game came out, the idea of a burger costing $14 was hilarious. You're right, huh? Oh god. You used to be able to get like 5 things from... Oh, I walked around too much and ended up entering an indoor location. I forgot about this. If you're inside the escargot, guys can't find you. I've decided, honestly, that I should give up. I'm out of here. Sometimes this happens, you know? This is your Uber driver not being able to read a map because you live in a roundabout and giving up and canceling your order. You used to be able to buy like 5 things off of, from Taco Bell for like $4. And now it's like $30 for like 1 burger. Oh. Hamburger? Is this too many hamburgers? It might be. We might be going a little crazy on the hamburgers, if I'm being quite honest. Hello, streamer. Have you played Todd Howard's Garfield yet? I have not. Is that the new creepypasta that all the kids are clamoring over? This guy is always stopping this truck with this iron body. Your arcade is full of sharks. I can't play there. Okay, got it. What am I doing? Oh yeah, I'm trying to kill the sharks. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. Am I powerful enough? I upgraded my bat. You know, the thing about RPGs that always sort of frustrated me, sort of like an ambiguous thing about RPGs that I never really was able to wrap my head around. It's like, no, I'm smart and I've never needed hints in my life. Alrighty then, you're on your own, good luck. The thing about RPGs I never understood is like, which is more important, right? Hold on. Which is more important? Like, upgrading your stats or upgrading your weapon, like your armor. I feel like it's different every game, you know? Are you Margot? My son said something about going to a hideout. I don't know what he was talking about. I feel like in Dragon Quest games, like the armor doesn't really matter that much, you know? Maybe it really matters here in this game. I'm considering moving to Tucson, a town in the south. Now here, I didn't pick up on this for a while as a kid. How we're in on it right now, because you know, my first experience with Earthbound was Smash Brothers Smash Brothers Melee for the GameCube. My first experience with this game was playing on the On It stage with Ness. Mr. Liar Exaggerate, the treasure hunter, finally found something interesting. I heard I'll only show it to you. So I didn't have any context, for like what it was. Like On It's just like a name. It's like, yeah, On It, fuck yeah, On It. And that's like, you go to the next town and it's Tucson, and you go to the next town and it's Threed. I didn't pick up on that at all as a kid. Because you look at On It and you pronounce it On It, not Went. I thought they just named it Tucson. Because it was like, oh yeah, it's the second town, it's Tucson. And I was like, wait a minute. Like Tucson's the only one that's like obviously like a number pun. But like On It and Threed, they could just be names. Fourside, that could also just be a name. I always thought this girl's design was cute. I keep pressing X on my controller because of Dragon Quest 7 to talk to people. I wonder if Earthbound has been released yet. So true. I really want to play it too. I've been gagging to play it. Maza Suri. I wanna replay Mother 3. I wonder if that would be. I'm like scared to stream that game because it's like I remember it being really frustrating. I remember a lot of the bosses just driving me fucking crazy. Who's there? It's creepy in here. What? You won't answer? Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. Okay, pop quiz. A Beatles song. XXX today. Can you fill in the blanks? Yes. That's correct. I'm impressed. Sasuga. Can you dig through the trash in this game? There's just plain old garbage in the trash can. Our hopes were too high. We're not gonna find any burn heels in the trash can. Say something funny. I'll listen. I can't wait any longer. I'm going back to watching the news. It's funnier than you. That guy hates us. Our nightly rate is not cheap. We have clean sheets and the rooms are secure. I'm sure you understand that this keeps us very busy. Is this song like a reference to something? I swear to gosh it is. Did I take all my money out already? I don't. Okay, I have $12. I have $12 to my name. I don't think I need to stay at the hotel right now. I have full help. You look like you'd be a real target for the sharks. You better be careful. Can you believe it? A group of ruffians put their gun on me as I was passing by. Everything references something else. That is how humans interact with the world. Maybe so. I guess I was just complaining about that for like an hour before stream. I was like, I hate that every freaking video game is just a reference to video games. I'm the Hayao Miyazaki in video games. I'm gonna make a video game that makes you the Hayao Miyazaki in video games. Get ready, okay? You guys aren't ready for the Margot video game. I think I'm strong enough to fight the sharks now. There's 3 of them. Okay. You gotta be careful in this game. You gotta be careful in this game with picking fights, because sometimes you can get ganged up on really easily. And then you die, and then you lose all your money. And you're like, I hate this game. I hate JRPGs. Why do I play this shit? You know? What? You want to meet our boss, Frank? He's in the backyard of the game arcade. Thank you for peace and love. You might want to visit him. Oh shit. I'm currently playing this game on... Which one do I want to focus on? I think Bogopunk does more damage. Yeah, he does. he does 15. Skater Boy does 5. Why didn't you get a smash earlier, Ness? That would have really helped me out, buddy. I know you're 10. Oh, it's over. I died. You know, I don't know why I'm like... I think I'm just a chronically unlucky person. Maybe it's because I didn't heal early enough in that encounter. But I feel like whenever I'm talking about playing JRPGs with other friends, or I'm like playing a JRPG like alongside other people, they always tear through the game like 10,000 times faster than I do. And they're always like 10 levels under me when they get to anywhere in the game. It's like, what the hell? I've been playing JRPGs my whole life. You think I would have figured it out by now? You think I would have figured out how to play JRPGs efficiently by now? I've also played this video game like 20,800 million gajillion times. You think I would have figured out how to not die in the first town of Earthbound? I guess it is a skill issue. I guess I'm just bad. Okay, you gotta kill the hula hoop guys first, because I gotta smash, it's lucky. You gotta kill the hula hoop guys first, because they like to call for their friends. And you know, sometimes you can get in a really good situation where the hula hoop guy keeps, hey, I leveled up. Sometimes you get in a good, oh, there's a lot of guys. See, it's like, I don't think I'm capable of fighting 3 at the same time. I can fight 2, not 3. Sometimes you get in a situation where the hula hoop guy keeps calling his buddies over and over, and then you can like grind the encounter really efficiently, and then you get like a million. I keep missing. What's my problem? Let's get your shit together. And then you get a fuck ton of EXP because he called like 8 guys, you know? That's a good situation to be in. Okay, I'm gonna eat a cookie. And hope that this guy doesn't bash my head in. That's all you can really hope for when you go outside. Oh, this is like a guy. I thought you were a guy that wanted to kill me. Do you want to meet Frank? You don't want Frank to beat you up, do you? Oh, he doesn't want to kill me. He just had some flavor dialogue to add to the ambiance. Hamburger. I feel like even now, I feel like people always bring up about this game is the backgrounds. They're like, whoa dude, the backgrounds are so trippy, it's so crazy. Were they on drugs when they made this game? I'm gonna die again. Unless I'm faster than... Unless I can shove a hamburger in my mouth. Okay, he decided to laugh hysterically instead of beating me within an inch of my leg with his hula hoop. The Earthbound gods had mercy on my soul. Oh yeah, I was starting a tangent earlier about how I'm playing... Usually I just emulate my games because it's like easier. Like playing games on the Switch is like kind of weird because I have to do a whole audio capture setup. You know, I gotta make sure my headphones are plugged in, and I gotta turn the game on, then I gotta open up the audio capture, and then I gotta adjust the game audio, and then if I'm playing Splatoon, I have to like move my entire microphone over to the other side of my desk because that's not really a game you can play with input lag. But I can play Earthbound with input lag. I don't think it's a sin to play Earthbound with input lag. It's a JRPG. You like don't gotta worry about it. I should probably level up one more time before I try to fight Frankie. Just because I mentioned earlier my awful JRPG look. But last time I streamed this game, I emulated it. And it ruined my life. It like ruined my life. There's something about playing on an emulator. It must be the frame rate. It must be like how they spawn enemies based on frame rate. But it spawned like an insane amount of enemies. And every boss I fought, I just got the worst RNG in the world also. This guy doesn't do very much damage, he does 12 damage. I was about to say, I thought he did 5 damage, but he does 12 damage, but it's fine because I had 23 damage, so it didn't kill me when he used his 12 damage attack on me. That being said, I'm going to eat all of my cookies, and then I'm going to go outside and grind. Because I want to level up one more time before I breaky. I used to go as far, I don't think I have PK Yellow yet, I don't. I used to go as far to grind until I got PK Rockin' before I fought Frankie. Kinda takes some bet. I mean, I guess it's fine. There's nothing stopping me from doing that now. You know? There's no way. My singing is synced up with the in-game music. So I'm gonna stop humming along with the music. Hamburger! It is chill game comfy time. We are getting freaking hecking comfy in here. Playing Earthbound, playing Undertale 0. Can of fruit juice? Let's fucking go. Can we get a hell yeah for finding fruit juice in the trash? My friend showed me a very interesting video the other day. Apparently there's... Okay, so like, I feel like one of the things that... Hold on, I need to sip water. I feel like one of the things that, YouTubers are always making videos about, and that like foreigners are always talking about when it comes to Japan, they're always like, oh my god, Japan is so zany and crazy. I have 11 HP, what did I yell? It's fine, I attack faster than them. Oh my god, Japan is so crazy. Did you know that they have vending machines with used panties in them? What the fuck, Japan? But like, that aside, Japan seriously has some fucked up vending machines. Like, the vending machine culture there is so insane. When I visited a long time ago, I visited like almost 10 years ago now, they, you know, like every step of the way, you know, there's... I should get that bracelet. Every step of the way, you know, you're gonna find a vending machine, and the vending machine is always gonna have like new drinks in it, and you're gonna like want to try them, and like the packaging is so cute, and it's like only $1. In America, you gotta spend $3 for a fucking bottle of water. But in Japan, you can get like the best canned coffee you've ever had in your fucking life for like $1 and 150 yen, which is like $1.50. It's like deranged. Anyways, so my friend showed me a really interesting video. Hardcore Tanoshi. They're like a hardcore J-core, speedcore, electronic music. They did a lot of Toho remixes. Red Alice is probably their most well-known member among their repertoire. Red Alice did the remix of Pekoda's rap theme on her intro screen. You know, kind of a big deal. Anyways, I guess these guys have a, oh shit, he caught another guy. Oh, I should heal. I'm talking about even J-core producers not paying attention to what's happening in front of me. They have a YouTube channel where they just do like weird, like, don't. Oh, he missed. God loves me. They just do like variety, like TV show stuff on their YouTube channel. And I guess there's a place in like the middle of nowhere in Japan. Like they're in like a lot. They were in like a concrete lot. And like every time they showed them like eating food, they were like standing in like a giant like dirt lot. And it was like raining. And you could see like a highway behind them. You can also get the worst coffee you've ever had for 50 yen less. This is true. I don't know if I'm a coffee aficionado, so I always got the Boss brand. I always got the Boss coffee. I hear from people though that's not the best. There's like more to this. There's more to this world. There's more to the world of canned coffee than Boss coffee. Apparently, I was gonna buy a bracelet and I forgot. Wasurechatta, as they say in the Nihon. so they're in like this empty lot, and in the middle of it there were all these vending machines. And the gimmick of all the vending machines was that they were all like novelty like food items from Showa era Japan. So like, you know, like the 1950s, like 1950s and 1970s. And there was like some really like scary stuff. So, you know, there was like standard stuff, you know, there was like juice and like chips and like instant ramen and all that. But the most interesting part of the video was they found all these vending machines that had like hot food in them, and they looked like vintage, you know. They looked like they were just like fucking like maintained from like the 1970s. And there was some that like gave you like tanuki udon. There was one that gave you like a hamburger. It was just like a bun and meat and ketchup. There was one that was like cheese toast. And you had to like stick your hand into like a fucking like like a little compartment. You had to like grab like a piping hot food item. It was so interesting, and I desperately want to go there. I desperately want to eat dubious vending machine food that might kill you. Japan's pretty cool. Meow 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 meow. Oh hey guys. Oh, that's a lot of guys. Why did so many guys spawn? I'm gonna go and fight Frankie. Actually, you know what? You know what I should do before fighting Frankie? You know what a smart woman would do before fighting Frankie? They would put all of their money in the bank, so when they die they don't fucking lose all of it. Actually, I think this game is Dragon Quest rules. I think if you die with your money, you just lose half of it. Not all of it. Maybe I'm wrong though. I guess I'll have to die and see. I do like the idea of like an omnipotent being beating the shit out of you. Beating the shit out of a 9-year-old, and they decided to rob him. Decided to steal all the money out of his pocket. This is the wrong thing. I just spent $1 using the phone, just like real life. You know, sometimes I think about landlines. Like, landlines are like still around. Or, I guess not landlines, but like, they're like landlines. You know, like those telephone booths that you see out in the middle of fucking nowhere, in the middle of rural America. I feel like in the era of the iPhone and in the era of caller ID, if you were like in the middle of nowhere, if you're like in the middle of fucking Montana and you like saw one of those, you're like trying to get away from the killer, you saw one and you're like, oh my god, I have to call someone. I mean, I guess you could call the cops. But if you're like, oh my god, I have to call my mom, I have to tell her that a fucking serial killer is trying to kill me. I feel like in the age of like caller ID and like people not wanting to like pick up their phone. Like that would never work. You probably couldn't call anyone from a landline. They would think it's spam. This is something I think about a lot. This is something I genuinely like worry about. Like, what if I'm in a situation where I need to use a landline phone in the middle of nowhere, and my friends don't pick up because they don't want to pick up the phone of an anonymous caller, you know? Hello, thank you for joining. I'm kinda losing my voice. I'm probably just dehydrated. And also it's really hot in here. It's always hot in here. Before stream today, I ran my fan for like 30 minutes. It's like, I'm gonna make it as cold as possible in my apartment so that I can stream Earthbound for more than 1 hour. But you know, I'm looking at the timer and it's only been an hour. Let's see if I can go another hour. I wanted these streams to be like really long. I wanted to stream Earthbound for like 6 hours at a time, but like it's so warm in my apartment, bros. I'm melting. Do you want to become a member? Yeah! Come back after you finish Earthbound. Actually, I beat this game 5 times. Alright. I know what I'm doing. Yippee! Yay! Okay. Let's see if we can beat Frankie. I don't actually know. I don't actually know if I'll be able to beat him. I'm Frank. You are? Come on. Can't you at least say your name? Streaming is temperature bound instead. It's fine. I persevere for you guys. That's how much I love you guys. I'll play a video game in the 10,000 degree weather. I do have to sleep eventually. I'm hoping that I can fix my— Oh, he died in 2 hits! My goodness gracious! Yeah, but I know that's not the last phase. Fail-proof Frank can't be beaten. Puff, puff, puff. And this is Frankenstein Mark II. Hopefully I can fix my sleep tonight. I accidentally took a nap. I tried really hard not to take a nap, but I took a nap. I should heal. I think he has like a mega attack that like tears your face off. Yeah, that's designed so good. I love his little shit-eating grin. What? He died really quickly. I guess I overgrinded. I remember as a kid, like, whenever I played this game, I'd always grind up to, I'd always grind until I got PK rockin'. Until you got your first PK attack. This is my first defeat. Fail-proof Frank is now just failure, Frank. I know you've been asking around, so I'll tell you about Giant Step. It seems to be quite a powerful spot. Some kind of special power is stored there that allows certain people to perform wondrous feats. However, a monster sucked up all the energy at that spot. It's difficult to get to Giant Step, that's all I know. I suggest you collect more information on your own. The entrance to the path leading to Giant Step is behind the Touring Entertainer's shack. Perkle, the mayor of Onit, has the key to the shack. Margot, you become stronger than I. Your adventure is just beginning. Naps are too tempting. I'm really bad about it. I'm really bad about it. I just want to sleep all the time. Well, I don't know what to do about my internal clock because I've just been like nocturnal lately. I don't like being nocturnal because it makes my brain really mad at me. You know? It doesn't matter if my body is like. I know a lot of people that are like, oh yeah, I'm like a night owl, you know? Oh, like, I don't like the sunlight. I operate way better at nighttime. I'm the total opposite. I love the sun. I love it when the sun is outside. I love it when I can feel the sun on my skin. It makes me like motivated, you know? It really makes me motivated to like work and get stuff done. But I've been nocturnal for so long. I don't want to be nocturnal anymore. But I can't seem to fix my sleep. My body doesn't get tired at night anymore. Even if I stay up all day, you know, I'm like fighting to stay awake all day. And then it's 8 p.m. and I'm like, oh goody, I get to go to bed. And then my body's like, no. What am I doing? I'm going to the mayor's office, I think. Or am I going to the police station? Or maybe the town hall and the police station are the same thing, and I'm overthinking it. I do have a map. This map is useless. This map tells me nothing. Oh, okay, this is the town hall. Meow 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 meow. Wait, maybe you fight the cops after you go to Big Step. Oh, he lets you through. Thank you so much for all of your help. Yeah, buddy. Keep talking. Can I not talk to you? In the next election, please give a speech supporting Mayor Perkle. Hee hee hee. Hey, I'm Mayor Beach Perkle. It's so nice to meet ya. You beat up the town bullies, punched them out big time, kicked their butts, bit their heads off, spit in their eyes, and made them wet their pants. And you forced them to promise not to make any more trouble. Thank you. What? You want a key to the touring entertainer shack? For someone as great as you, giving you the key could help keep the town peaceful. However, if you encounter a dangerous situation, please don't ask me to take any responsibility. I'll be able to avoid any responsibility, right? You're such a smart kid. Here's the key to the shack. It's so good, dude. This game is so good. Pisses me off how good this game is. I seriously have to make something as good as Earthbound before I die. I'll die if I don't, you know? And I feel like a lot of people feel the same way. There's so many quirky JRPGs that are trying to be Earthbound. What if I make a quirky JRPG that is a quirky JRPG that is trying to be Earthbound and not a quirky JRPG that is as good as Earthbound? That's a risk that's too great to take, so I'll never do it, you know? I'll never try and make an Earthbound clone because I won't be able to do it. I'm not a 60-year-old billboard writer. But I'll try and make something like as good. Just a rumor. Uwasadaka. Oh, I've used the key. That's a good item. Yippee! I love that door unlocking noise. What is that? That's like drinking a potion noise. Thank you. I will make a game one day. It's going to happen. I'm writing a visual novel right now. It's kind of a game. But like not really. But it's like I'm like forcing myself to like write a bunch of dialogue and like draw a bunch of assets, you know. I feel like everyone's first. I'm just trying to get over the fear of like writing something. Oh, I don't have Pika Yaoi yet. These guys are gonna tear me apart. These guys are gonna rip me limb from limb. I mean, I gotta smash. That's lucky. Oh, they only do 2 HP. Oh, okay, these guys are really weak. I would like to get PK Ellie sooner than later, though. I'm surprised I don't have it yet. I beat Frank so easily without it. Mouse. Howdy, mouse. Meow, 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 meow. What have I been up to lately? Nothing really. Like, when's the last movie I watched? I've seriously just been watching Digimon at like 1 mile per hour. It sure rules. I saw Bokuran a War Game for the first time. It's season, just the first one. It's very, I don't know, like children's anime is like one of my guilty pleasures. I guess it's not a guilty pleasure because I don't believe in the concept of a guilty pleasure, but it's one of those things that I like to watch, and I'm like, I'm not like, I'm not like learning anything about like art as a medium watching this, but it's like, it's just like enjoyable. It's just clean, good fun. But I got shown Bokuran a War Game, the Digimon movie, and you know, my whole life I've always been a fan of Mamoru Hosoda, right? I think like the first Hosoda film I ever saw was Summer Wars, like a lot of other people. And you know, if you mention Summer Wars, am I gonna get PK Yaoi? I got PK Yaoi. Let's fucking go. I feel like I should get my PP back. Maybe I have max PP. I don't know. How do you check? How do you check your max PP? Okay, I have max PP. It's fine. If you mention Summer Wars, inevitably there's going to be someone that's like, oh, that movie's fine, but it's just a Digimon movie. And I was like, I guess. And then you know what? You know what? I finally watched the Digimon movie, and they were right. Summer Wars is just a Digimon movie. It's not even. It's like not even a joke. It's not even a joke. It's just like shot for shot. And I gotta say, the Digimon movie is like, it's better than Summer Wars, like straight up. There's like no getting around it. I like used my MP out of habit. I don't know, how much money do I have? I only have 73 bucks. I'm sure I can beat the boss of this area by just beating him to death. Yeah, I feel like my favorite parts of Hosoda films are like the mundane parts, you know? Did you watch the dub with the English sound? I think I watched the Japanese version. I watched the dub. My dad is yelling at me for playing video games for too long. Oh, Dad, it's only been an hour, okay? It doesn't make me happy, but I understand your point about the fate of the world being at stake. Click beep. I watched the dub. Or no, I didn't watch the dub. Did I watch the dub of anything? I don't think I did. I think I have a friend who's like really insistent about watching dubs of everything. For some reason, they showed me the original Japanese of all the Digimon movies. I'm gonna die. Oh fuck, I meant to eat and then I didn't. Oh god, I keep button mashing because I'm playing a JRPG and I have to button mash, and the text moves really quickly. It's fine. It doesn't matter. I was gonna leave anyways. Oh. My favorite part of a soda films are like the really like just like innocuous shit that like happens in them, you know? And I feel like because the Digimon movie was so short, it was like the perfect balance of like it's the perfect balance for me of like just like you know there's like a whole scene like dedicated to like them all trying to contact each other but like they're all busy, you know, and this goes on for like a 30 minutes. It's like so good. It's like such thoughtful directing. Hey, just enough money. Nice. The dub movie is a fused beast of the OVA in 2 films. It's so funny. Really? I had no idea. I watched both the original OVA, like Digimon, the first movie or whatever, and Boku no War Game. And then I watched the second Digimon movie that's based on like the second series. I'm not as familiar with those characters though. It was just like so good. I like couldn't believe how good it was. I like had my hand on my head the whole time because I was just like fucking floored by how fantastic it was. Blew me away. Can't believe I put off watching it for this long. I like Hosoda for the most part. I don't think I've like ever. Hosoda loves characters, animation, interaction so much, right? It's like it really is a difference between Shinkai and Hosoda because Makoto Shinkai is like he can direct, you know, like it's fine, but the writing, the stories in his movies are so fucking just like I don't know. It's like you always know what's gonna happen, right? I guess that's why people like it. I guess people like to watch a movie and they like to know exactly what's going to happen. They like to know that everything's gonna be okay. But I don't know. I feel like Hosoda kind of has a similar thing where it's like, oh, you know it's always gonna be okay. It's just like the nature of like an anime movie. But yeah, he understands like character interaction like way more, you know. It's probably because he worked under Ikuhara for so long. You know? So I feel like even if I think the plots of his movies are stupid as hell sometimes, see Boy and the Beast and Belle, he like makes up for it by like having really fun character interactions, you know? I liked Belle. It was hokey. It was very hokey, but it made me cry. I don't remember why. Honestly, I just sort of feel pissed off when a movie like that makes me cry. Because I feel like I'm being emotionally manipulated. It's like, you gotta earn those tears, buddy. I still can't believe Shinkai made one of his characters a chair for most of the movie. The fucked up thing about that is, it's like, I heard that, right? I was like, oh, Shinkai's making a new movie. Except, what? The main character is a chair? That's so crazy. And I was like, okay, that sounds funny as fuck. So I watched it, except the fucking thing about it is that he didn't even bother making the chair a character. The chair is in the movie for like half of it, and the rest of it focuses on the female protag, which is fine, but like the emotional crux of the movie is, you know, that she's like going through all this bullshit to like, you know, save the world and like stop this help this hot guy from like being a chair. And so like, you know, at the end of the movie when they inevitably like fall in love and like get together, it feels so like there's like no build up, you know? At least in I'm getting too worked up. At least in fucking, you know, at least in your name, you can tell that the characters like really care about each other, you know, and they're like invested in each other's fates, and they like want to save each other. But all of that was completely absent in Suzume. They had like there was like one scene where she like sits her ass down on him because he's a chair, and he's like, "Whoa, I'm a chair, and a hot girl is sitting on me." That's like the one moment of character interaction they get. It was so lame. 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 How do you make a romance movie where one of the guys is a chair? Boring. Fuck you, Makoto Shinkai. I'm sure he's a great guy. I'm sure he really cares about his work. Oh, I thought multiple guys touched me, but I guess not. It worked out. Hamburger. Am I like over leveled? This feels too easy. I remember like a lot more friction in this part of the game. Oh my gosh, what if they baby fight Earthbound on the Switch Virtual Console? What would I do with myself? I say that like I haven't died like 3 times tonight to innocuous things. It's so easy to cry if they pull the right strings, and it makes me angry, right? Cause like Belle really got to me, cause you know it's about like it's just like it's like the VTuber movie. But also the ending of Belle was stupid as fuck. As someone who suffers with no JRPG patience, I'm surprised with how little friction Earthbound gave me. I mean, I think that's why it's such a beloved game, because I feel like it really, along with like having the most genius writing of all time, you know, it's also, I think the difficulty scaling is like just right. I don't think this works on the black ant. Oh, it does. Never mind. Never mind. He has a shield, so I can't use BK anymore. Took a chunk out of me. Oh god, he's fucking my shit up. But I smashed him, so he's an idiot, and he deserves to die. And I'm going to stomp him under my heel. He's gonna rue the day he was ever born. Oh my god, he smashed me! Okay, it worked out. That was scary, I almost died. I was close to death. I got unlucky there, but it worked out. Alright. Good talk. Oh, here's the good shit. Man, this game's good. I always thought it was gonna be sad that the soundstone in Earthbound. I think it's like the coolest version of the 8 melodies that exist in the game. Margo touched the soundstone to his forehead and gathered his thoughts. God, this is such a cool screen. I wish that you can linger on it for longer, but I genuinely think it's like the coolest sounding like rendition of the 8 melodies in the game, because the more sound stones you collect, it like slowly adds more and more instruments along with it. So it's like one of the like songs in the game that you really kind of only get to hear like once. You know, there's like all these different versions of the 8 melodies that you only get to hear once, and then you never get to hear it again. So you get a new melody. I really enjoy the ephemeral nature of that menu. I wonder if anyone else feels the same way. It's nice, like, being the age now where I have games that can feel like really special to me, you know? Hey you, the board says do not enter. Can you read it? Yeah. So you just didn't want to read the sign, huh, kid? Get your butt to the honor police station later. I think when you're like growing up and you're like listening to like old geezers like talk about how nostalgic they are about stuff, and you're like, yeah, whatever, old man. And then you grow up and you're like, wait a minute. Everyone just misses their childhood. Even if you didn't particularly have a good childhood. But it's like, I don't know, really is like the older you get, you know, the more things stay the same. Am I making sense? Maybe I'm not old enough to be talking like this. This game has a lot of JRPG quality of life for its age, which is ironic because nowadays one of the main complaints people have is mostly quality of life stuff rather than item system. You're right. Now that you mention, there's like stuff that this game has that like modern JRPGs like still haven't like gotten on the ball about. Like you know, like the fact that you can talk to people using the triggers, and the way that like random encounters are handled in the game, rolling pin system. It's a very kind game. I've always liked the inventory system. They might be talking about how long it takes to buy stuff at shops, but I feel like that's just old games. Where's the police station? I don't actually know. I think the little like strategy game you have to play, like organizing your items among party members, is like, it's genius. Okay, here's the police station. Wait, have I healed? I think Big Step heals you. Yes, it does. I don't know if I'm strong enough to beat the shit out of cops, but I can try my best. So here you are. You're the little delinquent that came back from Giant Step. Now you listen here. Don't enter means just that. Do not enter. You got that. And furthermore, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. It's usually those tax evaders who blah blah blah, blah blah blah. We don't enjoy blocking off the roads, you know. Blah blah blah, blah blah blah. It's usually the local whiners that make a big deal about emergencies and meteorites. Blah blah blah, blah blah blah. This game would be improved a lot by a key item pocket. It would be. I agree with that. But I think the way that it's handled is fine. And there's also the storage system. I guess it's one of those things that's, I guess I don't think about it very often because I've played the game so many times. I know which items are actually important and which are just, you know, like one-use gag items that you can like throw away immediately. But yeah, it's definitely the one part of this game that has like, it's kind of like, oh yeah, I'm playing an old game right now. It's the thing that you notice when you're watching people play it for the first time and they find themselves like being frustrated with how little space they have. At times like this, kids like you should be playing Nintendo games. Anyways, you want to go to Tucson? Hell yeah, brother. Okay, chortle. The convolutedness of the Escargot Express is kind of charming. It is charming. And it is convoluted, and it is a nightmare. And the fact that you have to walk back and forth for like 3 minutes to like trigger it is like really funny. Show me what you got. See if you can get past 5 of my best men. Time to beat up cops. I love this cop sprite. He looks so jolly. Also, I'm gonna bash his head in. It's definitely notable that one of the main differences between this game and Mother 3's items is these existence of a said key item pocket. Yeah, I can agree with that. I like how when you defeat the cops in this, it says the cop went back to normal. But you know, I feel it's probably just like a placeholder, right? Like cops would normally beat the shit out of a 9-year-old. I believe this. I should heal. I keep button mashing. So I think I'm hot shit. I don't have any hamburgers. Oh, I'm fucked. Oh, it's over. It's over. And all my attacks are missing. Do I have life up? I do. Man, I want to replay Mother 3. I feel like I say that literally every time Mother 3 is brought up. But I like mean it. It's not a joke. I think like everyone likes to think that bring it, fat boy. I like that line too. I like that line too. Ness is canonically chubby. Oh, nice. Nice smash. Got him. And I leveled up. Not bad. I don't know. I must have like changed enough since high school, right? What? Fuck you. I didn't have enough HP. I couldn't heal last time. I've like probably changed enough since high school, right? That like Mother 3 will feel different to me. I guess I don't really remember anything in that game either. I was watching someone play it recently. I'm like, I don't remember anything in this game. Maybe it will emotionally resonate with me more. He needs the extra padding to absorb cop martial arts. If this was, I know this game is a satire in America. Oh, I see. You have to talk to him. After I do this boss fight, I'll probably stop for tonight because I'm tired. And I need to eat. Sorry if you heard my tummy grumbling this stream. Okay. Okay, that's comforting. I guess some people are like into that though. Personally, I find the human body disgusting, but that's what you're into. Who am I to judge you? I think if anything is weak about Mother 3, it's the story events hit so hard and are so memorable that the cave walking and such in the mid to latter part of the game is kind of forgettable. It's kind of why I've been putting off playing it, because I remember, or replaying it rather. Because, you know, of course I remember like a lot of like the emotional beats of the story. It's hard not to. But yeah, like a lot of the game is like walking around and like exploring the post. I don't have any baby. Oh, I forgot to rest. Oh, I'm so stupid. Oh, I'm a clown. I'm a boo-boo clown for fools. Who goes to clown college? It's fine. But like sometimes when I think about things that bore me in video games and I go back to there with adult brain, I'm like, actually, this is Kino. But I don't. It's been so long since I played Mother 3. I feel like I'm not allowed to have an opinion on it anymore because it's been so long since I played it. Yeah, I remember it being really difficult, especially if you're playing it on an emulator because I don't have any money. If you're playing on an emulator, the rhythm game battle system doesn't work. And also, I feel like I've become a way better writer since I played Mother 3, right? So I would like to play it again from that sort of perspective. Oh, someone's talking to me. Marco. I'm a friend you have never met before. My name is Doro. Can you hear me calling you? I am Doro. Electronic maid. Downloading into your heart. Doesn't Doro mean mud? Does it? It's Doro, like Doro 3. Like Dorothy. She's a robot. Do you think it's a successful satire, by the way? I heard from someone that loves Homebound, says you think it kind of fails as an accurate satire of the US or something. I was like, Homebound? What the fuck is Homebound? Is that like a TV show I don't know about? I mean, as an American who has played this game 8,000 times and considers it a really funny interpretation of America, I named Paula in this game after my friend Doro 3. I think I don't think it's accurate. I think it's, if you're like familiar with like how the rest of the world feels about America, you know, I think it's like it's very entertaining, you know. I think it does what it sets out to do like extremely well, but I think I don't know. I feel like there's some, especially now. I mean, I think the context in which this came out in, I think it does it very well. I think if someone were to try to make Earthbound nowadays, but like woke, you know, it would just like feel fucking obnoxious because there is so much like Netflix specials out there that are like trying to make like commentary on like class issues and like, you know, like current political struggles in the US in a way that's like snarky, and it's like, I don't fucking care, you know. I prefer this kind of like a lighthearted, like a teasing of like how absurd like America is, like any day. You know, that's how I feel about it. I think there's a time and place to have accurate satirization of American culture, but most of the time it just makes me really sad because I'm American, you know. Things that other writers have the talent to do instead Netflix shows, for real. I recently watched a Netflix special that had, the thing about Netflix specials is that I swear to God that there's just like, I swear to God someone writes like a really solid, like thought out, you know, like script or like pitch for a Netflix show, and then a Netflix executive takes it and sticks it into the fucking paper shredder, and then they put it together with like Elmer's glue, and they're like, all right, we got a show, let's ship it. I felt this way about, my friend showed me a movie, Who Cloned Tyrone? I think that's what it's called. Or maybe it's just called They Cloned Tyrone. But it was like this really weird juxtaposition of like all these like really interesting ideas and like intriguing plot points, but the entire thing was like sprinkled with like Netflix humor, you know, and like just
like it just like really went off the rails at certain points. It felt like it was a movie that was like I could hear the like vestiges of like a really good script like screaming and trying to like claw its way out of the movie, but it was like so caught up in being like a quirky Netflix special that it just made me pissed off watching it, even though I really liked a lot of the concepts in the movie. So I just don't trust like Netflix productions, you know? They're all bad. They will always be bad because there's a guy who is standing there and his sole mission in life is to make every single Netflix special bad. The only thing is I haven't really seen these kind of ASMR streams. I don't know if that's good or bad thing in terms of evaluating. Well, I appreciate it. That's kind of why I've been interested in doing more ASMR gaming streams, because I think there's I'm like learning a lot about like the different like subcategories of ASMR that exist out there. I feel like even my traditional ASMR streams, you know, where I'm like doing triggers and stuff, or just like rambling into the microphone, I feel like that's way different than my pre-recorded content stuff where I'm doing more like, you know, I'm doing like role playing and like script reading. I don't know, there's like so much ASMR out there, it's crazy. So I enjoy doing gaming ASMR. Oh wow, he died real quick. Hey, I leveled up. Meow, 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 meow. I didn't think you would do so well against the mighty Onit police force. You want me to open the route to Tucson? Hang on for a sec. I'll radio my staff and give them the word. I love all the sound effects in the dialogue. It's delightful. Strong here. Do you read me? Hey, it's me, Captain Strong. Okay, listen. A kid named Margot will be there in a few minutes. He's a kid in a red cap. I want you to open the road to Tucson for him. I know that. Don't ask me why. Just do it. That's an order. Strong out. I love this big empty room too. There are many such rooms in America. It's accurate. Well, kid, I'm not gonna question you now, but I do want to see you again. Good luck. And then you proceed to never see him ever again. Alright. Yeah, 2 hours. Pretty good. 2 hours before I melted into a puddle. I did spend like an hour like talking about nonsense. I only played the actual game for an hour, but we finally did it. We finally cleared on it. We finally destroyed on it. I should go save. Meow 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 meow. Alright, let's do this. I'll create a suspend point just in case. Child fighting room. Normally you try to keep from putting windows in your child fighting rooms. I mean, the building was kind of strange looking. Maybe they're on like the second floor or something. Big stretch. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me tonight for ASMR Go. Some more Earthbound. I had a good time. I had a really good time. I
I feel like we got to chat about a lot of fun stuff tonight, and we made a little progress. I really would like to go for longer in the future, but I guess the longer I take to play a video game, the more content or something. Nantoka suru. My next stream. I have no idea. I'm gonna be real with you. Strokes my chin. It's fine. We'll figure it out. We'll play it by ear. But, um, yeah, I don't got anything lined up in the future. I will see you guys later then. Have a wonderful night. Good night. Bye.